Welcome back to the Weather Channel. I'm meteorologist Mike Seidel. Severe weather and tornado outbreak underway now in central Oklahoma. The storms moving through Oklahoma City producing 3-inch hail and 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. We're here in Chandler. We're about 45 miles northeast of downtown Oklahoma City, right off I-44, right on the old U.S. Highway 66 here in Chandler. We've got a protection with the firehouse and the fire building. We're in good shape for safety. We haven't had strong winds yet, but this area, all of Lincoln County now under a new tornado warning, and that goes until 9:45. So we've got a while to go. Potential tornado on the ground near Warwick. Now that town is about 8-9 miles off to our west-southwest, moving northeast at 35. So I think based on the radar, what I just looked at, that supercell and the rotation, what's left of it, is going to move to our west and north. But we still have the risk of straight-line winds and straight-line wind damage with that tornado watch, by the way, until 10 o'clock tonight. Rain is coming down harder. There's a lot of lightning out here. What a light show driving in from Tulsa on 44. You can see the whole sky lighting up in the distance, and now the rainfall. But again, our winds have not gusted more than about 15 or 20 miles an hour. We're going to be waiting for those stronger wind gusts really at any moment. In fact, I can see the wind whipping the rain down the street. We've got protection from the wind. Let me step out here just a little bit. And it is a bit windier out here. Yeah, about 15, maybe 20 miles an hour. That's about the worst of it right now, but don't let your guard down, because the #1 impact tonight will be the straight-line wind damage impacting thousands, if not millions, across parts of Oklahoma, and then later on tonight into Arkansas and Missouri. So Carl Parker, we're in the tornado warning, but the circulation staying just north and west. We've got our safe location, and we're waiting to see if we get some stronger winds here. I did notice the Oklahoma City airport did gust to 54 miles an hour earlier this evening.
So, Mike, I'm looking at the velocity data right now, wondering where you are relative to downtown Chandler, because we're seeing some pretty strong velocities now just west of downtown Chandler. Looks like you're about to get hit with some very strong wind.
We are basically in downtown Chandler. Let me check with the fire folks. Are we roughly in downtown Chandler right here? Yeah, we're pretty much in downtown Chandler. Now the wind is starting to pick up. Here it comes. Let's stay with a shot here, Carl. If it gets a little too risky, we'll head right into the building. But right now, very strong winds picking up. You can see the sheets of rain coming across the street. Looks like the wind's gusting about 25, 30 miles an hour. So some very heavy rain. Sheets of rain now coming at us. And this is what we've been expecting. What we did is we drove from Tulsa and stopped here so we could get set up, find a safe location from these severe thunderstorms. So blinding rainfall continuing right now, and boy, that wind is really, really whipping here in Chandler. Again, we're about 45 miles from Oklahoma City. The worst has moved through there, and now as this comes in, we're dealing with the showers and thunderstorms along and ahead of a cold front. So sheets of rain here. You can see this out on the street. But still, the wind's not gusting over about 30, maybe 35 miles an hour at this point. We'll hang out here. Carl, can you still hear me? My IFB keeps going in and out. I don't know if that's with the water or not.
Yeah, I can hear you well, Mike. And, you know, on the velocity data, okay. Yeah, on the velocity data, it looks like that strong wind is coming right into Chandler right now. So this is probably about the strongest wind that you're going to see right now. I'd imagine it would, from time to time, get a little bit friskier than what you're seeing right now.
Yeah, it's why Mark spin out here. Can you spin out this way a little bit? Catch some of the rain and the light here, and you can see the flag. So it's whipping pretty good, but we're not, we're not gusting more than 35, maybe 40 miles an hour at this point. Again, we're in downtown Chandler, Carl. I don't know if you can pinpoint where we are, right on the US 66. So we're not on 44. We're south of 44 in Chandler, I-44, and still steady winds. Gust probably 35, 40 miles an hour, and the torrential downpours. Remember, it was really hot here yesterday. Many areas, low 90s, mid 90s. We had some record highs. So we had the heating today. We also had the moisture. We talk about the second season of severe because now we're getting these deeper troughs like we see in March and April, and we get the moisture to come up from the Gulf of Mexico, and that means we have dew points that get into the 60s. So we'll come back over here. And Carl, just a steady wind-driven rain so far here in downtown Chandler. Go back to you, give us an update on the radar and what you see from the vantage there in Atlanta.
All right, Mike, thank you so much. And it does look like that wind is beginning to let go a little bit there in the 44 corridor. We actually did see a pretty strong rotation not very long ago and not far from where Mike is. That's